Hi everyone. In this short video, I'll be trying to explain how to automate a process. If you can see the worksheet, which is named sales, we have some sales rep in column A. We have the products that they've sold in column B, the price for the products in column C. And if you see from column D onwards, we have the dates on which the transactions were made and the total revenue brought for that day. Now, if you need to make a summary report, it's very difficult to make it in pivot tables because you can see the dates are going across the columns, and this will not work for pivot tables. You can, however, use array formulas or different kinds of formulas to make a summary report, but in this case, we need to automate the process through Excel VBA. Now, I have a sheet by the name of by date. This is where I need the output. I need to see the summary report by salespeople between certain dates, from start date over here till the end date. We need to make a summary report by day, from the given day till the end date, and we will also see how to make a summary report by the salesperson by category wise as well. Right, so I have done 3 macros here, and I have one which is named summary by dates. Using formulas in VBA. I have done another version of that with another method using the dictionary scripting runtime library in VBA, and the third one is again using a dictionary, but in this case I'm doing it by salesperson and by category. So if I can run all 3 macros, and I can show you how the macro executes and dumps the output. So if I click on this button, you see the output is done within a split second, right? So you can see the sales people and the totals. Now if I change the date, the start date is 1st of Jan 2018, and if I change this date for, let's say, the 15th of Jan 2018, and I click on run, you can see the total over here is 147 for the previous macro. Now if I run the macro, now you see the total has changed from to 755 million, right? So it is basically automating the process, giving you the summary report from the given date till the end date. This is one method. I've done the second method, same sequence again, and over here if I run this macro, this is done by salesperson by category. So if I click on this, now you can see I have all the categories here for signal, crest, flare and fluoride, and you can see it's done by each salesperson within that specific category. So we'll try to take a look at the code and try to understand it a little bit. So if I can right click here and I say view code, now this is the VB editor, and I'll jump to my macro. So this is the first macro, and if I can just resize the screen a little bit here. Right, now over here you can see I've declared some variables. I would like to run a loop, and I'm declaring some variables. Here I'm setting the sheet and the report sheet. I've given the variable name report sheet over here, and I'm assigning it to the by date sheet. Then later on I find the last row. The last row is basically the last row on your sales data. Right now it's at 501. So let's say you download this report from a server. Today it could be 500, tomorrow it could be 100, it could be 1000. So somehow we need to find the last row, and then my start column and my end column. Now these two variables actually identify the first starting date and the ending date, right? So let me run this line by line. Now the macro has been initiated. So last row, if I initiate this line, you can see that it's showing me row 501. Now I'm trying to find the column where my start date is, which is the 1st of Jan. So you can see it's column number 4. The end date, which is 15th of Jan, it should give me the column number, which is column number 18. Now when I execute this line, it should clear everything in the background. So you can have a look here. So you see everything disappears. And now I'm running the advanced filter to actually get the unique name of the salespeople in the background. You can see totals, selecting a cell, and I have used some sort of arrays over here. I'm trying to count how many unique salespeople we have. So you can see we have 273 salespeople here. Then I have a loop. I have a for loop. So basically it is going to run a loop from the first sales rep to the last sales rep, and it is going to put the formulas and aggregate the totals, right? So you can see it has done it for the first salesperson, which is Rose, and now the loop will run. It will go to the next cell, and you can see it's aggregating the totals for each salesperson. So once this is done, let me just run it completely. Now you can see it is automatically run, and it also has the cut copy mode in the background running. So here I am calling two different macros, which is called format numbers, because I want to format my numbers here. So this macro will jump to the format numbers. It will format the numbers in the currency, and it will jump back to the original macro. Now I'm running another macro called borders, because I want to place borders around this. So it goes to the borders, and you see in the background that it has run all the borders, and this is where I exit my macro, right? So like this you can automate process. You can write some Excel VBA code, and this can be done within a split second. Let me show you also the third macro that I've written, which I've used dictionary in VBA. So if I click on this button, you can see now I've done it by category. Let me just go to that macro as well. To use a dictionary is basically not native to the Excel background. So what you need to do is you need to go to the tools, and you need to click on references, and here you need to check mark Microsoft scripting runtime, right? Once this is check marked, then you can use a library in VBA which is called a dictionary. Now here again I've used some variables, and I'm assigning the sheets. I find the last row here. So if I can run this step by step, you can see that the last row again is 501. I've cleared everything over here, and here I'm doing it for the signal category. So you can see the name. I have assigned the name Rose, and I will be assigning the value associated with that person, and I'm assigning the name and the value into the dictionary, right? So this is basically running in the background, and once I run this, let me do it line by line, and you can see now the output on the sheet is basically outputting the sales rep and the aggregate number. So this is for the first category. Similarly, I have done it for crest, I have done it for flare, and I have done it for the fourth category, which is fluoride. So let me run it completely in the background. So you can see within a split second your summary report has been done, right? So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you would like to learn Excel VBA programming, if you would like to learn advanced formulas, you can always get in touch with me on the number that is provided on my website, right? Thanks for watching.